this point. We just kind of
He's
say
a stranger. We love him.
Yep.
Well, if you ever need your cards reading, just come to me.
I've heard
very
people
well.
talking about those reading cards. Like, how does that work?
Spiritual connection.
And if you pay, you'll find out real quick too. It works real nicely.
Yeah, you should definitely pay her because I would like to see his reaction to this. Honestly, he's not what you would call the smartest man from the swamp. Well, he's not even from. Well, he's from the mountains of Kentucky, but it might as well be a swamp in the mountains.
I can go from $10 to $100, so choose your pick. Whichever price range you've got, I can go for them if you want.
I'll pay for it. All right. It's on me.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Do we need to go sit at the table or anything?
Well, I mean, he's gonna have to choose the kind of card he wants reading first before I give you the price.
Yes?
Oh, okay.
Well, pick your card. Pick it.
There's card of the day, weekly spread, new venture, spread for money, free level spread, and a monthly forecast.
So
Let's
this
go
is the
to
New
new
York
adventure.
way of doing it. Yes, this is
New
the
venture,
power of culture.
let's see, that is
And science.
20, 35,
Oh, so
What's the
if
most
I were a
expensive
heroine,
one?
I would be
100.
floating in the sky right now playing this piano.
Get the most expensive one, Paxton. I want to see it.
All right, let's do it.
Yes,
All right.
I
I'll be back.
appreciate
but
that.
I mean
long
also,
No problem.
It will go a long way for sure.
metaphysically,
Alright, let's
I would
see.
have an out-of-body
Once he
experience.
gets his money, I'm gonna shuffle my cards.
Gonna lean on the bar with that. Is that gonna hurt anything?
Just don't touch the cards unless you want 5 years bad luck and perhaps death. So,
Okay.
The same.
All right.
I didn't know about that, but yeah, be careful.
I don't want no bad karma now.
Hey there, how's everyone doing?
Hello, lawman.
How's it going, everybody?
How you doing, Deerhorn?
I'm doing
Well,
good.
fairly well.
alright, you tell me when to stop and I will lay down your influences from the past.
All right. I guess stop.
Alright. Now, with this, I can drag cards as well out of the top of the deck if you don't feel like you've got any good energy towards it.
All right.
So, do you want me to put down the first card?
Yeah.
The second card, do you want me to move it aside or do you want me to put it in front of you?
Well, let's go with the luck of the draw. Just go straight across.
Alright. I'm going to put down your present situation. And I'm going to put your future here. Right. Let me... So the first one we're going to flip over. So your first card from the present is death. Right, let's
God.
see.
Oh God.
Your past. So I'm going to assume that someone that you love very much or someone you cared about very much died. Now, it's a natural cycle, death. This card can be a bit scary, but is actually quite positive if you look at it. The death of someone that you may have had long-term plans with or perhaps had goals in with life. This could be your sister, your brother, your best friend, perhaps another half. Kind of disappeared, or
I found a dead guy in the
Holy
back
hell.
alley.
Yeah, my sister ran away when I was 18.
said a dead guy
this
in the
card
back alley.
is
Let me take a
giving
look at
me
it.
a symbol that
Alright.
perhaps something happened to her, that you never found her again.
Yep.
I'm
I got him right
I've
here.
been
assuming.
looking for her for 9 years.
All right.
And this card is a way of saying that their long-term plans, you could clear up some space for new things to come. Now, on to your next present card, which is going to tell me, let me flip this over for you to see, is the
Yes,
Ace
I
of
know. I'm a
Clubs.
physician
Now,
myself.
this is normally a strong
Was that the law
energy.
enforcement that just left? And
Let me
I was
see
looking for the
here.
cops. Is what I was looking. The sheriff.
You were looking for a new job or an opportunity. Something that turned up as an interesting person that offered you something that
Very
you
well.
seeked to
Yeah, I found this
achieve in
dead
life.
man in the back alley.
A human relationship, perhaps. Perhaps you were trying to seek your sister. Maybe that card connects with this
He's
one.
right. Whoops.
And with your pure thoughts
Like
and
right here.
a soul that
I
is
just
free
picked him up.
from harm,
You
reading
didn't see
this
him on my
card,
shoulder.
and your good faith, you had no fear or doubt whether or not you found your sister alive or dead, just hoping that you found her at peace. The job also opened up
I just figured I'd report
opportunities
it,
to
and y'all could.
help you out through your life, trying to path you in a way where you could overcome your grievance. And with that comes your temperance. Now, in moderation, it means that things weren't okay. You ask questions like, "How come? Why did this have to happen to us? Why did this happen? Have to happen to her?" And you tried finding a healthy balance of questioning, but the grievance and the guilt that you felt, perhaps maybe you felt like you were to blame about your sister. The realization that you had that you couldn't probably achieve those goals without her became a struggle. Now,
Oh, damn.
it came to you from what your energy is telling me, a sense of fear, something that you're scared someone may have taken her and you're possibly next. Maybe a fear of failure or indecisiveness, something
Definitely
that you
failure.
felt like
Definitely failure.
you're going to sabotage something. But the card also has another interesting, not a well-known aspect, but I'll try and whisper it between us both. Something of a sexual experience that you were to be expecting from someone to fulfill this grievance, I suppose. And I'll
I don't know nothing
say,
about that. Like, that's a crazy one.
perhaps someone was looking at you and
Maybe.
perhaps wanting to achieve that.
Maybe.
Now, if we look at your present, you have the Three of Clubs here, which shows that you somewhat moved on, but not fully, clearly.
Oh yeah.
You want to express and initiate ideas such as a new business or a venture or perhaps an unknown field. Maybe achieve a qualification such as reading or a business
Being a doctor.
qualification such as a doctor, but that's not the
Well, to
kind
be
of.
honest, if I could just learn how to read, I'd love that.
Oh, give me a moment. I'm having a headache. There we go. Something tells me that, and I mean no offense by it, but something is telling me that since you lost your sister, you are hoping to find a woman that fulfills your heart, and you feel like it may close that part of your life up. Not for good, but you hope it helps you heal your wounds.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I'm trying to see, this card is telling me a bit more. You may get help from someone. Now that around here people have heard, you may have some people help you towards your goals. Now, it may not be something big or major. It's not a card that's going to tell you definitely. It's how you perceive these cards to help you. These cards aren't trying to tell your future, so to say.
Okay.
But it's given me a sense that someone is wanting or trying to help you get to your achievements, which leads us on to the Five of Swords, which is normally associated with your negative feelings. Now, maybe you were misled by someone while trying to deem your sister alive or dead in this current situation, and you tried getting involved in a situation that didn't end well for you. Perhaps you got upset and you got angry and you saw red for a moment, as some people say.
Well, that's true.
But you shouldn't transfer that responsibility onto yourself or someone else. It was a human emotion, so to say. And sometimes our egos and our emotions get the best of us, but it's helping us make a direction where it's trying to show you that sometimes disrupting the peace and not being careful with yourself is a warning, so to say, and that you should distinguish your true goals. Perhaps the goals that you wanted to get with your sister, perhaps achieve them by yourself just to make her soul happy. Your aspirations of your ego will eventually balance from it. And with your last present card, let me flip that over for you so you can see the image. Once I clear my throat, is another sword. It's the Ace of Swords. You're trying to be... no, your aura has shifted a tiny bit. It went from a cold blue to a somewhat green. You try and perceive yourself as a confident person. You try and act
Fell asleep for a moment there.
sensible in a stressful situation, and you try not lose yourself in a moment of uncertainty or panic. You try and be logical about things. However, this card
Y'all hear
has
me?
a very
Yeah, I can hear you.
powerful energy that is telling me that you could be favorable in the circumstances
I believe I owe
of
this lady some money, don't I?
interpreting a
tell
problematic
me some stuff?
situation. Perhaps
Right now.
Yep.
you could venture onto your relationship of business ventures, or perhaps another relationship that we have mentioned before. Perhaps even healing yourself finally and forgiving yourself for something that wasn't your fault. It's disturbing your spirit, so to say, which shows the Hanged Man card in
I
your
don't think I can hear her
future.
for some
Luckily,
reason.
this isn't upside down. However, this isn't an accident. This is telling me a positive thing. The Hanging Man, if upside down, means that you're going to experience a negative crisis. But if you follow what you're trying to do now, and if you accept what happens and realize it's not your fault, you'll finally find a peace. You'll be able to make voluntary sacrifices which you're willing to achieve to make your higher goals. And you'll be able to not rush through things madly and have a manic lifestyle. You'll be able to develop spiritually and perhaps even be able to accomplish your own personal goals, let alone other goals. Your old and boring job may eventually go and you could find something better. It's telling me that you'll be able to find a happier lifestyle if you follow through with it, but that's the path for you to decide. Which leads us on to our last card, which is a star. If you ask someone of a greater strength or a greater motive, someone that gives you an energy that boosts your ego or boosts your confidence, it's going to give you that energy to live past things. It leaves behind a timeless trail, which means you could make a great discovery in the future, perhaps a remarkable artwork that you could sell for a high fee, or perhaps even become a sheriff of a town. It's up to you, by the way. I'm not telling you to be a sheriff, however.
I've been debating it, though.
But she's very intelligent, meaning that even though you tortured yourself in the past, you have a potential of success. Either way, this means that the uncertainty and the long reflections are typical for people of a higher level of intelligence. And this card is quite individual. It's not about the situations with other people or events beyond the asker, but unforeseen and uncontrollable circumstances, and primarily specifically on the personality of yourself. And with that, you'll be able to find yourself a bit more peace in life, and you'll be able to rest.
Yeah, I guess.
I've seen that your soul has been a bit more tormented than others with emotions, but you're starting to head in a right direction. And with these cards, even though it's telling you to, you know, it's not telling you, but it's trying to help you build a better pathway, so to say.
He's like, "Are you going to talk to me?"
Okay. Okay.
I hope that helps you.
That's a lot to take in. I didn't really believe in those cards. God damn, you blew my mind, lady.
Hey, she did the same for me as well.
Oh, damn.
And it was surprising how accurate it was.
It was real accurate. Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna take this in. I feel like I need to go take a trip in the mountains and reflect.
Be careful.
Thank you again, ma'am. We need to go this way.
Get it? I need to pay. I need to
I
pay
hope
her.
I'm getting paid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you already did.
Nope, I need to pay this lady.
I wasn't. I'm telling you, I wasn't a believer. I was skeptical.
My train ticket's 82. Just like, you know.
Thank you very much for your time, by the way.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
hope it's makes life a little bit clearer for a bit. And God bless.
It really does, and I gotta go reflect on all this knowledge I just got. I gotta make some
Thank you all
choices.
so much.
Y'all have a blessed evening.
You too.
Take care. God bless.
I can't. I can't hear her for some reason.
Well, that's $100 to put towards the house.
Well, crazy. That blew my fucking mind, Isaac.
What'd they say?
Well, Jesus Christ, I don't even
Not such a
know
bad
where to begin with that.